G'day guys, it's Tim Guest here, Australia's leading financial educator and managing director and founder of Infinite Wealth. Whether you're one of our 40,000 plus followers across all our different social media channels or whether this is your first time that you joined us today, welcome along to the video. We wanted to do this video today to celebrate the launch of Instagram TV. So now we've got a channel on Instagram TV that you can follow and continue to stay updated with all our tips, tricks, structures, apps, strategies, for how to be winning at life when it comes to your finances. So I guess today what we wanted to do is a little bit of a video just really setting people up for, I guess, not only why the hell would you listen to me, but also what you could expect to get out of following one of our channels. And then we'll pretty much go from there. So for those of you that don't know much about my background, just to give you a little bit of a sense about where I came from, I grew up actually in West Australia, born and bred. Grew up in a suburb called Gosnells, which is an outer suburb. It was in a pretty low socioeconomic area. There's not a lot of education out there, not a lot of, the unemployment rates were pretty high and crime rates were pretty high too. And I guess it was pretty tough growing out there, but at the same time, what made it really tough was during the recession of the late 80s, early 90s, my dad, the only income earner in our family, lost his job and was unemployed for a period of 2 years, and that was a really tough time, particularly for my dad. And watching my dad go through the kind of stress that he went through, just all he wanted to do was provide for his family, and not being able to do that, I guess really sparked inside of me this desire to make sure that I was financially secure. I tried, getting a job and working my guts out until I realized that was never going to provide me with the financial security. I started businesses, did well in those businesses, but once again, realized that there's no security from having a business. And then once again, you've got to work 10 times harder. So there's not a lot of freedom down that path. And it wasn't until I met my first ever real life multimillionaire at the age of 22, who really very generously, sat me down, took me under his wing, and taught me about, what it would really take to build my wealth. And he became the first of 5 mentors that I had to assist me to get to, I guess, where I am now. And learning from him within a 5-year period, I bought 13 properties and got to retire at the age of 27. And really then spent, I think it was 4 years where I wasn't working, but I guess really struggled with, I think a lot of my desire to create wealth had been based on, the bullying I'd been receiving when I was a kid. And I thought, I wasn't good enough. I thought people didn't like me. I thought I didn't fit in. I didn't belong. And I think I thought the success that would come from my finances would kind of fill that hole. And then after a couple of years realizing that wouldn't happen, I kind of went on a period of self-discovery until I really started to discover that, while money has provided me autonomy and gives me choices in life, it's not everything. And really, if I look back, I've never really cared about money. The only thing I've ever really cared about is people. And all I've wanted to do is felt like I've made a contribution. And that really led to not only a whole period of my life where I continued to develop and train myself through personal and professional development. I actually led programs for one of the leading professional development companies in the world. I've studied under some of the top performance coaches. I've studied things like neuroscience, philosophy, phenomenology, ontology, and not only been able to provide, I guess, breakthrough results for, 15,000 plus people now, but also wanted to assist people in having some freedom from the constraints that finances have on their life. So that's how Infinite Wealth got formed. And since that time, we've had thousands of clients invest something north of $350 million with very high satisfaction ratings, and we've been awarded a number of different awards, recognised as one of the fastest growing companies in Australia. I've won an Entrepreneur of the Award a year and a 40 Under 40 award. And on top of that, inside of our commitment to contribution and giving back, we donate 10% of profits to charity. So, I guess that kind of gives you a little bit of a little bit about me as a background. I mean, I'm committed to continually developing myself. I've been studying non-stop now for, what is probably getting on close to 20 years, studying human beings and human behaviour and economic cycles and finances and investing. And, and one of the things that I really love doing is just sharing that with our followers and our clients and assisting them to achieve the results. So the one thing that we're out and the one thing that I'm out to fulfill on is my vision, that people are free from the constraints of their finances. They're inspired to pursue the things that really matter to them and able to make the difference in the world that they want to make. So that's my vision. That's what I'm out here to produce, and that's why we do these videos, okay? So that tells you more about me, but what can you expect to get out of watching these videos? Well, There's a plethora of different things that I'll cover in these videos, and that will cover anything from personal finances, whether it be apps or structures or tips or tricks on how to make a difference in your own personal financial circumstance, whether you're starting, maybe you're a student starting it without or starting from nothing, or maybe you're, someone who's only been in the workforce for a short period of time, or maybe that you really want to invest but you don't feel like you've got the money to invest, through to quite, complex aspects of investment strategies where it comes to things like diversification, whether it talks about the different stages of the economic cycles. It's something that I've studied for a number of years now. Whether it comes to what are typically the best kinds of investments for everyday hardworking Australians. So we're going to cover a lot of stuff when it comes to financial, but at the same time, the thing that I'll also be sharing with you is a lot of the stuff that I've been trained in and developed and what I discover for myself in the area of performance, and that's performance in however you choose to measure it, whether it be, performance in the areas of your relationships or your community, or whether it be in your health or your fitness or your business. Or any kind of success that you're out to produce. So they're the kinds of things that I'll be more than happy to share with you guys, so that really all I'm out here to do is I just want people to achieve the things that they want to achieve. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and blow sunshine up your skirt and kind of tell you that it's going to be easy. In fact, it's often quite hard. One of the things that I'm kind of known for is my straight talking and kind of, when I sniff bullshit, I'll call it out. So, if you're up for that kind of coaching and up for that kind of value, then this kind of video is an example of, the kinds of videos that we'll be doing, and you definitely want to make sure you subscribe. Now, I recommend, depending on what kind of channel that you're going to be following on, particularly if it's something like Facebook, I highly recommend that you click on the following button and then select to see our notifications first. A lot of these social media channels do not ensure that you see all our content or videos coming out. If you don't want to miss a video or one of our live broadcasts, then that way you'll be sure to be notified, in which case that you won't miss it. Okay, so once again, just to clarify, if it's on Facebook, you can follow the Infinite Wealth Facebook page, or you can follow my personal page, which is Tim Guest. If you're looking at Instagram, we have the Instagram account, infinitewealth_AU, or on my own personal account. Be aware though, I do post pictures from my own personal life, so you're bound to see some photos of my beautiful wife or my very cute dog if you're going to follow my personal Instagram. LinkedIn as well, so we have a company page. Typically it's only really company updates on that, but if you want to get more of our content, that's it's a good idea to request. We network on LinkedIn. I'm also on Twitter as well, once again, TimGuest_AU. And of course, you can also subscribe to the Infinite Wealth YouTube channel to make sure that you don't miss out on any of our videos. Apart from that, guys, that's all I've got. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I'll be doing a video later this week, probably Thursday or something along those lines. We're going to talk about end of financial year and what you need to be setting yourself up for and preparing. Of course, just a reminder, give us your feedback. So love, comments, questions. Tell us what you want to hear more of, what you want to hear less of. Any questions you have about anything relating to your own personal performance or success, or particularly if it comes to the finances, let us know. And then also, the only thing we ask, I'm more than happy to do these videos as often as I possibly can to share, my wealth of knowledge with you guys. All we ask in return is that what you do is that you share this with your friends and family, so we can continue to build a big audience and fulfill my vision. I want this education to be available to everyone. So guys, thanks for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day.